Oh, here. I'm gonna hide that. Alrighty. I'm hoping someone at home can hear us. We're just waiting for a little bit before we get started. We should be good though. I think we're good to go. My parents are saying we're good to go. Alrighty, folks. Welcome to week 2 of MLQ. We are here live from North York, Ontario, at the Esther Shiner Stadium with the Toronto versus Cleveland series. We're just waiting on them to get set up a little bit. We'll be starting in about 5 minutes. folks. We're just waiting on a few more things, about 2 more minutes. All right, folks, we are just waiting on a few more things with the ref squad. I think we're about to start our cheers. This is the first series for both Toronto and Chicago this season. Sorry, Cleveland, my bad. Apparently the coffee has not kicked in yet. All right, we are getting started. And we're off. Cleveland takes possession first with Chaser. Chaser number 20, Peter Retching. Cleveland's not taking this one fast. They're taking their time with this one. Looks like Toronto has BS though. Cleveland number 19 makes a shot, passes it back to 58, does not go through the control, and Qualfa goes back to Toronto. Chaser number 32, Christos Caldis, is bringing it up the field. Toronto still has possession of both bludgers, or 2 or 3 bludgers. Passes it down to Joanne Lamb, number 7. Passes it back up to Christos Caldis. We're just moving the ball up front. Ball gets passed to Michael Wanless, and it scores! That is now 10 for Toronto, 0 for Cleveland. First score of MLQ for Toronto. Cleveland's driving in the ball, number 19. Passes it back, goes off pitch into the Toronto bench. All right, we're back to Toronto having the ball. I believe that is keeper Lachlan Craig, number 87. Yep, rookie for Toronto this year. Lachlan's taking it slow. We're in no rush. Beginning of the game. Passes it back to Wanless in the back. Up to Caldis. But blocked by Cleveland, number 20, Peter Bretching. Cleveland's just passing that half line, being blocked by Joanne Lamb. Passes it to number 19, that is, oh, we have a stoppage. And we're back. Toronto has possession. Joanne Lamb passes it to Michael Wanless. Joseph Lombardi's blocking that one. Pass the ball to Christos Caldis. Goes for the shot, and it's good. The score is now 20 for Toronto, 0 for Cleveland. We're taking it nice and slow right now with this one for Cleveland. Number 19, Joseph Lombardi, is bringing it up. Oh, and Brian Melchior is blocking that one. But it gets passed to Cleveland, number 20, who was just in the right spot there. And that is a score for Cleveland. Score is now 20 Toronto, 10 Cleveland. Brian Melchior, number 22, bringing the ball up the field for Toronto. Protected by number 82, Emma Sherwood. Cleveland has BS. Brian's taking it nice and slow. Try and make that drive, but gets tackled by number 19. Still makes that goal though. All right, Cleveland's bringing the ball up now. Number 19, Joseph Lombardi. We're seeing everyone starting kind of slow with this one today. Passes it down to number 20, Peter Bretching. Gets beat up by Emma Sherwood, but not until after he passes to number 19 there. Tries to make that pass, but there is no one there to receive it. And it's Toronto's ball once again. Score is currently 30 Toronto and 10 Cleveland. We're about 4 minutes into the game, 4 minutes 30 seconds. Hand off to Sarah Dykstra. Passes it down the field. Bit too far though. Ball's gone out of bounds. It's now going to be Cleveland's. All right, we've got number 9 bringing it up the field for Cleveland. Keeper Jack Mosley. We're about 5 minutes into the game, 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Going in for that drive, tries to pass it back, but gets caught by Brian.
Brian's got it, he's taking it down. Nate now has it, and goal.
Score is now 40 Toronto, 10 Cleveland at 5 minutes, 40 seconds in the game. Cleveland's bringing it back. Hard to see the numbers from here, folks. Sorry about that. Looks like we've got number 57 bringing down the field. Pass back to the keeper. Back to 57. Gets tackled by Nate Reed.
Drive to the net.
Oh!
And block and save by Brian. Back to Nate and a drive down the field. And and he misses.
Tackled by number 9, keeper Jack Mosley. Looks like we have a stoppage on play. Just resetting where some people are. All right, so that is going to be a yellow card for number 9, Jack Mosley, for net contact. All right, looks like Toronto has possession once again because of that card. So number 12, Nate Reed there has the ball. Prime spot to score. Plays restarted.
And
Toronto
makes the net goal.
Toronto gets that goal. Bring the score 50-10 for Toronto. We're 6 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. All right, we got number 57 bringing that down the field.
Taking it nice and slow.
That's Adam Thompson. Got that beater protection.
As Cleveland currently has BS.
Goes in for the drive. Doesn't quite make that score though. Score is still 50-10 for Toronto. We're about 7 minutes into the game. Nate Reed passes up to Brian Melchior, number 22. Pass it to Sarah Dykstra. Goes in for the... That is a goal for Sarah Dykstra there. Number 24 for Toronto. Bringing the goal, scored 60-10 for Toronto. Keeper number 57, Adam Thompson, bringing the ball down the field. Protected by a loaded beater. Cleveland currently has BS. Beater makes,
Blocking a tackle by Brian. And Nate drives down the field.
Adam Thompson trying to block that shot. Pass it to Lauren Matheson. Not a goal though. Oh, Brian catches that ball just before it gets knocked off pitch. We have a stoppage of play. Looks like we're retrieving the ball from downfield for the beaters. Bludger gone rogue. No call on that play, folks. Just a bludger gone riot.
As
Gone
Nate
wild.
drives and goal.
Lauren scores. Wait, we have another stop to play. So if that goal was good, that is a goal for Toronto from Lauren Mathis, another rookie we're seeing for Toronto this year, number 38. Refs are just deliberating right now. We're about 18 seconds into the first period here. Still waiting on whether or not that is going to be a good goal for certain. A lot of cheering on the field for both sides for their teammates. It's a windy day here in North York, so it's going to be interesting to see if that affects the passing at all. We've already had some bludgers try and run away while we're getting set up for brooms up. All right. Refs have finished talking. Still waiting on that call though. All right. Looks like bludger possession is getting moved from Toronto to Cleveland. Looks like we've got a card for Toronto, waiting to see what that card is going to be. Sorry, can I get that one more time? All right, so that was a card for Alexander Sugar of Toronto. I believe that was for a kickoff pitch. Yes, kickoff pitch. So he's going to have 30 seconds in the box. So that's Alexander Sugar, number 11. Looks like someone called a timeout. Wait to see who that was. still about 8 minutes, 18 seconds into the game. I'm still not too certain of whether or not that last goal counted. Looks like the players come back to the pitch. So because of that card, Cleveland will have control of the bludger that Alex had. So that goes to number 20. I believe that is Peter Bretching. All right, we're remounting. And we are back. Cleveland has possession of the ball right now. We got number 57, Adam Thompson, bringing it down. Being blocked by Nathan Reed. Goes up the tackle, pass it to number 23, Fiona.
Drive down.
That is good. Number 57. So it's now 60-20 for Cleveland. And Lauren's goal was good from earlier. All right. So that means the score is 70-20 for Toronto, about 9 minutes into the game. Scott goes in for the goal, gets blocked though by the keeper for Cleveland. Goes in for the drive, number 17, gets tackled by Scott Russo. Ball gets passed back. Toronto takes possession back of the quad ball. Keeper, number 35, Rob Alley takes the ball. Takes the quad ball off the pitch. Pass it down to Scott Russo, number 0. We're taking it nice and slow right now. Back to number 35, Rob. Keeping it wide. Oh, and we're going in for the drive now. Pass back to Matt. And that's Sam Campbell the ball. Goes in for the goal, and it's good. Score is now 80-20 for Toronto. 10 minutes into the game. Going down the pitch for Cleveland. Number 17 has the ball, gets tackled by Scott, but gets knocks Scott off. Tries for the goal, does not quite get it. Number 58 has the ball right now.
Keeper now has the ball. Resetting. Toronto is kicking it slow up the field.
We got Rob Alley with the quad ball right now. Pass it to Scott Russo, number 0. Protected by Beaver Levi Medeiros. Pass it down the field to Maddie Machetsky, number 8. Maddie goes in for the goal, and that's good. 90-20 for Toronto, 11 minutes into the game. And we got a stoppage play. So that's a blue card for number 23 on Cleveland, Fiona Gaffney, for delay of game. Gonna spend 30 minutes in the box.
30 seconds.
30 seconds in the box. Getting my 1 minute and 30 seconds confused. Okay, game is back on. Scott Russo with the ball. Just driving down that field. Protected by Britt Taylor.
And a goal for Scott, number 0. The score is currently 100-20 for the Toronto Raiders at 11 minutes and 26 seconds.
So we got the keeper passing it down to Fiona Gaffney. Gets tackled by Scott Russo. Not letting go of that ball. Keeper Rob Lee coming in to help. Chaser who's trying to help for Cleveland. Number 7 gets beat out. Ball gets released and Rob grabs it. Possession of the quad ball is back to Toronto. Rob passes it to Sav Campbell. Number 21 for Toronto. We're walking it in, nice and easy. Tries to get that score, but doesn't quite have it. But that is a goal for number 13, Callum Noble Gresti. Another rookie for Toronto. All right, we got Cleveland. Keeper with the ball again, number 17. Goes in for the goal. That is a good goal for Cleveland. Score is now 110-30 for Cleveland. We're about 13 minutes into the game. Sorry, for Toronto. I am losing it. And that's a good goal for Toronto. All right, back Cleveland bringing the ball down the field, number 57. Going in for that drive. Doesn't quite get it though. Gets beat out.
Goal by number...
I believe that was number 57 who got that goal for Cleveland.
Yep, 57.
All right, we're at 120-40 for Toronto. 14 minutes into the game. All right. Well, Michael Walmus with the ball, passes it down to Joanne Lamb, number 7.
Goal for Joanne on Toronto.
The score is now 130-40 for Toronto. We're about 14 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. Cleveland, number 7, tries to make that, sorry, number 9. Oh, we have a stop to play. So Cleveland, number 9, was trying to make that drive, but got beat up by Derek Taylor.
Number 14.
Number 14. I don't believe there's a call on the play. Toronto, number 7 tries to pass that ball. Doesn't quite get that though. Cleveland manages to nab that ball back before Toronto can get that score. Keeper number 9, bringing it down the field. Jack Mosley. All right, pass it down the field. We're at 15 minutes right now in the qualifying period. Back to Jack Mosley.
Joanne is currently on Jack Mosley.
Joanne's not letting up. Jack
goes in for the tackle, and she takes him down.
But it gets back to number 68 on Cleveland. Goes in for that score, but doesn't quite get it. Number 57 goes for the score. Doesn't get it at first, but gets it at the end of it. Score is now 130-50 for Cleveland.
For the Toronto Raiders.
Sorry, for Toronto Raiders. All right. We got Michael Walness with the Quadball right now. Passes it down the field to Joanne Lamb. Joanne passes it back to Walness.
And a goal for Walness.
Nice and easy goal. Score is now 140 140 to 50 for Toronto. 16 minutes and 10 seconds into the quad ball period. To the first period there. Keeper number 9, Jack Mosley, bringing the quad ball down the field. Alrighty. Taking it nice and easy right now. Trying to run that in. Tries to shoot. Gets blocked by number 87, Lachlan Craig. Joanne Lamb grabs that ball. Running down the field.
Everybody is setting picks and a goal for Joanne Lamb. The score is currently 150 to 50 for the Toronto Raiders.
We're about 17 minutes into the period. All right. Looks like that is Cleveland's bringing down the ball. I believe that is number 19, Joseph Lombardi. Passes down the field to 58, back up to 19. Up the field, back
to
down
19. Goes in for a drive.
Not a good
And
goal.
no goal. Number 20 of the Raiders now has possession. Passes it up to Brian Melchior.
2 minutes left of the period. Score is still 150 to 50. Brian goes in for that goal, and he's good. Score is now 160 to 50 for Toronto.
With a minute 45 left of the game, of the quad ball period.
Number 19, Joseph Lombardi, bringing the ball down the field. Passes it to Rose Murnion. Cleveland with the ball, but gets tackled by Brian Melchior, and then gets beat out by number 89 on Toronto.
Toronto Raiders are taking it slow up the pitch as Brian has the ball.
Currently being covered by Beater, number 89, Piot Baku. Pass it down the field. Goes in for the goal, and it's good for Christos Caldas of the Toronto Raiders. Score is 170 to 50 with 1 minute remaining. Less than 1 minute remaining. Joseph Lombardi, keeper for Cleveland, with that ball.
.30 seconds left of the quad ball period.
Cleveland with BS as well. Lombardi's bringing that ball all the way down the field. Looks like we're trying to get some picks set. Goes in for the score, doesn't quite get it. Toronto has the ball once again. Brian Melchior, keeper for Toronto, bringing that ball up the field.
Making it nice and easy as the Beaters are making a switch.
And we are at last possession. Score is currently 170 to 50. Number 19 trying to get that tackle in on Brian. Doesn't want that last goal in for Toronto.
And a goal for Brian.
And that was either Nate's goal or Brian's goal. I don't know which, but that was pretty cool. I believe that is the end of the first period. We're going to be taking a short break, and then we will be back with the flag runner on pitch. All right. Set score for the flag runner on pitch period will be 240. For those who are new to the sport, in MLQ, set score is the score that we go to. Whoever reaches that score first in the flag runner on pitch period is the one to end the game and win. All right. We're about to come back on the field. Players are returning to their rooms. Getting ready for the flag runner on pitch period for the first game of the Toronto-Cleveland series. Flag runner for today is Naomi. Naomi from the Ottawa Black Bears will be snitching for us today. Score is currently 180 to 50 for Toronto. Set score is 240. I believe Cleveland will have possession of the quadball at the beginning of this period. Yep, looks like that is Joseph Lombardi with the quadball right now. And we're back. We started the game once again. Fake pass from Lombardi. Fake pass once again.
They just need to staying on top of him.
Fake handoff. Goes in. Tries to pass to number 7. Doesn't quite get that though. Ball goes out. Toronto ball again. Oh, looks like we might have a potential catch. Waiting on ref to call that. We're only about, we're less than a minute into the flag runner on pitch period.
We're about 30 seconds into it, and there's a potential catch on pitch.
We're just waiting on confirmation right now while the refs deliberate. If the catch is good, we do still go on until that set score. Oh. Head ref's just talking to the seeker right now. The catch is no good. Christos is off room. Seeker for Toronto, number 32. Number 9, there's a Lombardi going in for the catch right now. Seeker.
Ryan is rejoining the snitch catching.
Christos is back. Seeker for Cleveland. And we have another potential catch. We're about a minute into the flag run on pitch period. We already have 2 potential catches. Both catch. The catch is good. That is a catch for Toronto, number 32, Christos Caldas. That brings the score to 2-15 for Toronto, 50 for Cleveland. We're about 21 minutes into the game as a whole. Toronto only needs about 3 more goals to secure that win. All right, that is Toronto's ball right now. There's Sarah Dykstra at the back with the quad ball. Play is resumed. Goal is good for Toronto. Score is currently 2:25 for Toronto, 50 for Cleveland. Still only about 21 minutes into the game. Joseph Lombardi bringing that quad ball down the field. Passes it to Fiona Gaffney. Fiona drives it in. A little bit too high there. Possession goes back to Toronto. Michael Wanless for Toronto, number 20 with the quad ball, bringing it down the field, protected by number 1, Grace Davey. Throws the ball down the field.
Now to Lachlan Craig. A shot at net, but no good. Nate now has the ball, shoots, but it's blocked.
Michael Wanless with the ball now. Pass it to Joanne Lamb. Stop to play there. We're about 22 minutes into the game as a whole. Score is still 2:25 to 50 for Toronto. Set score is still 2:40. Looks like that's a yellow card for Cleveland, number 19, Joseph Lombardi. Contact from behind. That'd be 1 minute in the box. Michael Wanless with that quad ball for Toronto. Game is restarted. Goal is good for Toronto. Score is currently 2:35 to 50, about 22 minutes into the game. All right. Number 19, Joseph Lombardi, back on the field after that goal. Currently carrying down the quad ball. Passes it off to the keeper. Drives it down the field. Goes in for that goal, but that is a bit too high. Hits the hoop, but doesn't get it in. Michael Wallace now with the quad ball for Toronto. Running it down the field.
Being protected by Grace. And a goal for Lachlan Craig.
That's number 87 for Toronto. Stoppage of play. Oh, wait, that's the end. And that is the end of the game. The score is 245 to 50 for Toronto. And that is the first game of our series as a Toronto win. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for game 2. All right, folks. It is 4:31. We are about to start the game in about 4 more minutes. Just getting the athletes ready to hop back on for game number 2. If you're just tuning in, Toronto won the first game of the series. It is still anyone's series, though. We're just getting the cheers together for the teams, getting the players back onto the pitch for Game 2 of the Toronto versus Cleveland series in Week 2 of MLQ. Players are starting for the lineups. And we're starting Game 2. Cleveland gets possession first. Number 20 racing down that field, trying to get that first goal in.
And he misses.
Doesn't quite get that. Rose Mermion gets that ball, but it gets back possession to Toronto. 87, Lachlan Craig, keeper for Toronto, has the ball right now. Trying to dive in. Doesn't quite get that score, though. And possession goes back to Cleveland. Joseph Lombardi bringing the ball up for Cleveland. Toronto has BS. Attempt on a beat for Lombardi, but he blocks up the quaffle. Tackle from Michael Wanless. Cleveland tries to get that ball back. Gets the ball back. Oh, we have a stoppage to play. Just waiting to see what that call to play is there. Number 20 for Cleveland gets a yellow card, illegal slide. Oh. And I believe there's also... So it looks like there's also a card for number 7, Joanne Lamb, also an illegal dive or slide. Both players got a yellow card for an illegal slide or dive. Refs are still talking before we head back onto the game. We're about 1 minute into the first period here. Trying to figure out who has possession. Looks like that's going to be Toronto's possession. 87, Lachlan Craig with the ball. And we're back. Lachlan Craig throws to Michael Wanless. Michael Wanless going in for that drive. And the goal is good for Michael Wanless. Score is currently 10 Toronto, 0 Cleveland. We're about 1 minute, 20 seconds into the game. Joseph Lombardi with the quad ball for Cleveland. Toronto with BS. Passes down to number 20. I believe that is Peter Bretching. And Michael Wanless with the quad ball for Toronto. Looks like both penalties have been run out. And we have all players back on the field. Michael Wanless goes for the shot, gets blocked by number 20 for Cleveland. Goes in for that shot. And it's good. That was a beautiful drive from number 20 for Cleveland. Peter Bretching. Number 87 has the ball, passed it to number 7, and we have a stoppage to play. We're about 2 minutes, 40 seconds into the first game. We're at 10-10, tie game. believe there was a call on the play there.
Ryan Lamb with the ball and gets beat by number 76.
Cleveland back with possession. Joseph Lombardi bringing the quad ball down the field. Cleveland with BS as well. Taking it nice and slow, waiting for those subs to come in. Score is still 10-10. Lombardi faking a couple passes, passes it down to number 20. Peter Bretching, back up to Lombardi. Fakes another pass, gets it down the field.
And saved.
Saved by Callum Noble Gripsy.
He's driving down the field. He passes to Nate, number 12. And he shoots.
Goal is good. 20-10 for Toronto. 3 minutes, 45 seconds into the second game. Keeper bringing that ball down for Cleveland. Number 9, Jack Mosley. Ball's back to Toronto. Brian Melchior with it. Number 22 trying to do that drive. Ball gets picked back up by Cleveland though. Number 57 passes it down to Mosley. Doesn't quite get there before the ball goes out of bounds though. Toronto with the ball again, passes up to Nate Reed. And he scores for Toronto. Scores 30-10. We're about 4 minutes, 45 seconds into the game. Cleveland bring the ball down, number 9. Keeper Jack Mosley. Gets tackled, but passes him easily off to number 57. Adam Thompson. Thompson runs the ball, tries to pass it back to 11, but 11 tries to shoot, but it gets blocked by Christos. Brian running that ball down the field. Chasers are trying to block him at every chance. Pass it down to Sarah Dykstra. Ball gets loose a bit, and it's back to Cleveland's ball. Mosley running down with the quaffle. Throws it back. Shot gets blocked though by number 32, Christos Caldis. Score is 30-20. We are 6 minutes into the game. Toronto's in the lead. Sorry, 30-10, my bad. Brian Melchior bringing the ball down for Toronto. Passes it down to Sarah Dykstra, number 24. Cleveland with BS. Ball gets passed down to Christos Caldis, number 32.
He stays in bounds and he
Tries to pass it down to Sarah Dykstra, but it gets blocked by Adam Thompson. Thompson running down the ball. Gets beat out by Emma Sherwood though. Oh, we have something to play. Score is 30-10 for Toronto. 6 minutes, 55 seconds into the game. And we've restarted. Don't believe there was a call on the play there. Brian Melchior bringing the ball down.
taking his time, being protected by Emma Sherwood.
Brian waiting. Not trying to get beat out because Cleveland has BS. Passes down to to Sarah Dykstra. Sarah makes the goal. Waiting to see if it was good. That was beat before for Sarah, so that was not a good goal. Cleveland tried to get a goal there, but couldn't quite get it. Score is still 30-10 for Toronto. We are 7 minutes 30 seconds into the game. Brian Melchior bringing the ball down once again. Passes it up to Nate Reed.
Taking the time, waiting for them to get set up. And
Nate goes in for the drive.
He shoots, he scores.
Score is now 40-10 for Toronto. That is Nate's third goal. Jack Mosley bringing down the ball for Cleveland. Throws it down the pitch. I believe that's number 57, Adam Thompson. Almost gets it beat out. Doesn't quite. Tries to go for the shoot. Brian gets it before he can. Brian's walking down that quad ball.
Passes it up to Nate.
Ball gets passed down to Laura Matheson, but she gets beat out. Cleveland with the ball again. Number 9, Jack Mosley. Toronto with BS right now. Tries to go in for the drive, doesn't quite get that. Number 7 grabs the ball. But Rob Alley gets it before he can score. We got Rob Alley taking the ball down. Pass it to Laura Matson, doesn't quite get that, he gets beat out. Nate Reed grabs the ball though. Passes it back to Rob.
Fires to the net. And he scores.
That is 50-10 for Toronto. 9 minutes, 45 seconds into the period. We have another stoppage to play here, folks. We're just waiting on getting the bludger that went off pitch. And we're restarting. There was no call on that play. Cleveland with possession. Rose Merkin bringing it down. Passes it back to the keeper. 17 currently with the ball. Passes it down the field to number 7, but 7 gets beat out. 17 grabs the ball quick though. And once again gets beat up by Levi Medeiros. Toronto with the ball. Rob, number 35, bringing it down. Passes it back down to Sav Campbell. Sav gets caught up with and gets beat. 17. Dominic Tworowski with the ball. Keeper for Cleveland. Score is 50-10 still. We're just about 11 minutes into the period. Taking it nice and slow. Pick gets set. Passes it down to number 7. But the ball gets swatted right into Laura Matheson, who passes off to the keeper. Number 35 for Toronto. Taking our time to set up here. Toronto with BS. Passes it down to Scott Rousseau. Scott goes for the goal. And that is a good goal for Scott Rousseau of Toronto, bringing the 7:52 in the game. And I believe it is starting to rain in Toronto. Making it a little bit more difficult for our players. Number 17 bringing down the ball. Dominic Tworowski. Drives that ball in. Tries to score, doesn't quite get that. Scott Rousseau with the ball, running it down the field.
No beaters currently. Oh, shoots and almost scores.
Saw him to play. So there was no goal there. We're still at 60-10 for Toronto. 12 minutes, 35 seconds into the game. Refs are deliberating right now. Looks like we had a sub in there. Number 19 is in for number 17. Keepers got switched out. And we've restarted. Scott Rousseau still with the ball, passes it down to Rob. Rob scores. 70-10 for Toronto. 12 minutes, 40 seconds into the period. Cleveland, number 19, Joseph Lombardi bringing the ball down. Again, taking it nice and slow. Getting everything set up. Goes in for the goal, but doesn't quite get that. Keeper for Toronto, Rob Alley with the ball. Passes it down the field, but gets blocked. Picks the ball back up. Passes it down to Scott Rousseau.
He scores.
That is a good goal for Scott. It's bringing the score to 70-10 for Toronto.
Making that 80-10 for Toronto, actually, with 14 minutes into the game.
All right, we got Cleveland, number 19 with the ball, bringing it back down again. Joseph Lombardi passes the ball down, back up to Lombardi. Fakes a pass. Fakes a pass again, tries to drive that in. And there's a good goal for Cleveland from Joseph Lombardi, number 19. Score is now 80-20, 14 minutes and 37 seconds into the game. Sorry, 1 second, just getting a confirmation on a goal being no good. Sorry about that. Looks like one of Toronto's goals was in fact not good. I didn't count that. Score from Rob Ali was not good, bringing the score to 70-20 for Toronto.
Are we good?
Stoppage of play. All right, Cleveland with the ball. Joseph Lombardi bringing it down, number 19. Passes it down the field. Rose Murnian trying to get that ball. Gets it just before it gets out of bounds, but passes it straight to Toronto. Callum Rusty with it. Tries to pass it down to Lachlan Craig.
And it's good. Ball goes to Joanne. She drives to the hoops. She shoots. She scores.
Score is currently 80-20. 90-20 for Toronto. We are 15 minutes, just about 16 minutes into the game.
The website just switched.
All right. Cleveland gets that goal, number 9, Jack Mosley. Toronto with possession.
Ball to Lachlan Craig. As they run down the pitch. He takes a pass.
Ball goes out as he was trying to pass to Christos Caldas. Cleveland with possession. Scores 90-30 for Toronto, 17 minutes into the period. Jack Mosley bringing it down the pitch. Passes it off. And that's a score from Adam Thompson, bringing the score to 90-40. Number 57. And number 32 for Toronto scores, bringing the score 100-40. We're about 17 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Jack Mosley bringing the ball down. Taking it nice and slow. Toronto with BS. Passes it down the field. Rose Murnian. And the goal is good. Score is now 100-50. For Toronto, we are just over 18 minutes into the period. Brian Melchior bringing the ball down for Toronto. Passes it to Wanless. Passes it back to Melchior. Caldas, and he scores. Scores now 110-50. 18 and a half minutes into the period. Toronto in the lead. Mosley bringing the ball down for the Cleveland. Taking it slow again. Pass out to Fiona Gaffney, number 23. Back to Jack Mosley. Throws it and scores. 110-60. Toronto in the lead. Just under a minute left in the period. Brian Melchior bringing the ball down. Passes down to Michael Wanless. 30 seconds left in the game. Gets blocked by number 17. seconds left in the period. Score is still 110 to 60. Nate Reed coming up to the front. 17 still bringing that ball around. Pick set. Last possession. So that was the last possession, folks. No goal on that. Score ends the period at 110 to 60. We're going to be taking a short break before flag runner on pitch period. Players are coming back onto the pitch as we're about to start the flag runner on pitch period. Score is 110 to 60. Set score will be 170. Toronto in the lead for game 2. And we're back. Toronto with possession. Brian Melchior running with the ball. Jogging it down the field. Running it down the field. And, oh, tries to go for that drive. Doesn't quite get it. Gets beat out. Levi Madeira is protecting that quad ball. Stop. Oh, it looks like we have a potential catch from Christos Caldas. We are about 26 seconds into the period. Score is still 110 to 60. Set score is 170. is good from Christos Caldas, number 32. His second catch today. Brings the score up to 145 for Toronto and 60 for Cleveland. Toronto with possession of the quad ball. Michael Walnes has it. Oh. Possession is getting passed over to Cleveland. Number 7. Taylor Freeman. Play is back on. Cleveland, number 7 with the ball. Freeman. Nate tries to tackle there. Passes the ball off. Tries to pass the ball back to Freeman. Freeman passes it up. Doesn't quite get that ball though. Toronto gets the ball back. Sarah Dykstra running the ball down the field. Pass it to Wanless, number 20.
Wanless passes it to Nate. He charges and he scores.
Oh, no. Goal was not
goal.
good. Keeper, number 17, with the ball for Cleveland. Goal was no good. Dominic Tworowski with the ball for Cleveland. Fake handoff to number 17 still with the ball. Passes down the field. Score for Cleveland. Score is currently 145 to 70 for Cleveland. Brian Melchior bring the ball down. Tries to pass it off to Sarah Dykstra. Sarah shoots but doesn't quite score. Lauren Matheson grabs the ball. Pass off to Brian Melchior. Brian Melchior gets beat out. 7 brings the ball down the field, but he gets beat out as well. Toronto has possession once again. Score is 145 to 70. We are 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the second period here. Brian Melchior taking that ball down. Passes it off to Lauren Matheson, number 38. Pass it back to Brian Melchior. Pass it down to Callum Gresti, who shoots and scores. Score is now 155 to 70 for Toronto. We are 3 minutes into this second period of the game. Got number 25 with the quad ball here. Passed it off to Joseph Lombardi, number 19. Lombardi protected by beater number 12. Cleveland with BS. Passes it off to the wing. Passes it back up top to Lombardi. Lombardi fakes a pass. Goes in for the drive. Gets the score. Score is currently 155 to 80 for Toronto. 3 minutes, 45 seconds into the second period. Lachlan Craig, number 87, bringing the ball down for Toronto. Cleveland with BS. Ball gets thrown down to South Campbell. Lombardi grabs the ball from South. Getting possession back for Cleveland. Cleveland also still has BS here. Cleveland. Pass it back up to Lombardi. Lombardi tries to drive it in. Pass it to 58, Rose Murnion. Goal is good for Cleveland, making the score 155-90. Nope, pause, sorry. No goal. Goal is not good for Cleveland. Player was beat before. Score is 155-80. We are 5 minutes, 5 seconds into the period. Toronto with BS. Scott Rousseau bringing the ball down the field, number 0. Pass it off to Luke Craig, number 87. Back to Scott Rousseau. Goes for the goal and gets it. 165-80 for Toronto. 5 minutes, 35 seconds into the game.
Toronto only needs one more goal to win this game in the series.
Joseph Lombardi bringing the ball up for Cleveland, number 19. Passes it off to Rose Murnion, number 58. Passes down the field, goes a bit wide. Player gets beat before they can get to it. And Scott Rousseau is running the ball down the field. Number 0 for Toronto. Passes it off. No one quite grabs that. Sam Campbell gets that. Passes it to Lauren Madison.
Passes it to Lachlan. He shoots. He scores.
And that is the game, folks. Score is 175-8. Well, that is the game. Second winning goal for Lachlan Craig, I believe. 175-80. And this does mean that Toronto will win the series, but we will still be playing out that last game. And we will be back with it in approximately 15 minutes. We're starting the next game in just about 5 minutes. We're just about to start up with game 3 of this series. If you're just tuning in, Toronto has won the last 2 games, meaning that they have won the series. However, we are still playing out this last game. About ready for brooms up? And we're started. Cleveland with possession. Fiona Gaffney to Joseph Lombardi. Running it through, fast pace here. Tries to pass it off, but goes into the Raiders bench. Michael Wallace grabs the ball for Toronto. Toronto with BS. Wallace bringing the ball up. Down to Christos Caldas. Passes it down to Joanne Lamb, but not quite getting it. Goes off pitch. And Rose Murnion with Cleveland passes the ball off to Joseph Lombardi. Number 19. Toronto with BS. Nice and slow again. Passes down to Fiona Gaffney. She tries to score, but doesn't quite get it. Rose Murnion picks up the ball though. Tackled by Joanne Lamb. And ball is picked up by Christos Caldas. Lachlan Craig bringing up the ball for Toronto. Number 87. Passes the ball off to Christos Caldas. About 2 minutes into the game, just under. Joey Lane grabs the ball. Back to Lachlan Craig up top. And we have a stoppage of play. We're at 1 minute 57 seconds into the first game. Oh, sorry, it's the third game, first period. Just waiting on confirmation of what's going on down there while the refs deliberate. Score is still 0-0. Play is resumed. I believe there was no call on that play. Cleveland with the ball, Joseph Lombardi, but he got beat out. Christos Caldas grabbed the ball. Bringing it back up for Toronto. Michael passes to Michael Wanless. Wanless goes in for the goal and gets it. Score is currently 10 for Toronto, 0 for Cleveland. We are about 2 minutes, 22 seconds into the game. Joseph Lombardi running that ball down the field. Getting caught up with some chasers on Toronto. Passes it to Rose Murnion, number 58. Protected by a beater. Murnion tries to pass the ball down, but blocked by Walness, who runs the ball down. Passes it off to Nate Reed. Waiting to see if that was a good goal or if that was beat before. Goal was no good from Nate Reed. Score is still 10-0. 2 minutes, 54 seconds into the game. Cleveland with the ball. Joseph Lombardi bringing it up. Number 19 on Cleveland. Passes the ball off to, I believe that's number 57, Adam Thompson. Cleveland with BS. Passes the ball back to the keeper. Number 9, Jack Mosley. Mosley going in for that drive. Passes it back to Fiona Gaffney. Fiona gets beat, and number 87 grabs the ball. Bringing it up the field, Lachlan Craig for Toronto. Lachlan gets tackled. Nate grabs the ball, number 12 on Toronto. Goal is good, and we have a stoppage of play. So that brings the score to 20-0 for Toronto. We are 3 minutes, 53 seconds into the game. So we have a card on, I believe that was number 57 on Cleveland. Yep, number 57 on Cleveland, neck contact, but the time is negated by the goal. So that was number 57 that got that card there, but time was negated by the goal. Cleveland has possession of the ball. Number 9, I believe, Jack Mosley bringing the ball up for Cleveland, keeper. Nice and slow, bringing that ball around back. Tries to pass it up, doesn't quite get the goal. Possession goes back to Cleveland, to Toronto. Nate Reed brings the ball up and gets that goal. Score is now 30-0 for Toronto. 4 minutes, 30 seconds into the game. Stoppage of play here. Time was just stopped to get the dodgeball. And we're back. There was no call on that play. Just stopped to get that dodgeball. Jack Mosley bringing it up, passes it off to number 57, Adam Thompson. Thompson brings it around. Brian Melchior stepping up, being right there. Brian Melchior tackles, but he passes it off to Jack Mosley, number 9. Brian blocks the ball. Possession goes back to Toronto. Nate Reed grabs the ball, passes it off to Brian Melchior, who easily gets that drive finished. Score is 40-0 for Toronto. We are about 5 minutes, 12 seconds into the game. Stoppage on the play. Another stoppage to recover the dodgeball. And we are back. That was just a stoppage to grab dodgeball. No call on that play. Jack Mosley bringing up the ball for Cleveland. Nice and slow on this one, not trying to rush anything. Sarah Dexter up, taking point, gets beat out by number 20. Peter Bretching, I believe. Passes it off to Adam Thompson. Tries to make the drive in, but stops before they get into the chaos. Pass the ball off to Mosley. Tries to get that goal, but doesn't quite grab it. Nathan Reed with Toronto. Bringing the ball up. Brian Melchior with the ball now. Keeper for Toronto. And Toronto has BS. Passes it off to Nathan Reed. Passes back to Brian Melchior. Back to Nathan Reed. Back to Brian Melchior. Back and forth. We just keep going back and forth. Brian blocks the bludger. Tries to get that. It gets it ball in. Score is now 50-0 for Toronto. We are about 7 minutes into the game. Jack Mosley bringing up the quad ball for Cleveland. Passes it off to Rose Marinian. Nope. I believe, yep, that is Rose Marinian. Ball goes to keeper, number 17, Dominic Tworowski. Ball gets handed off to number 7, believe that is Freeman. Brian tackles Freeman. Some bludgers are floating there. Cleveland gets beat out. Toronto gets the ball back. Brian passes it off to Scott. Scott Rousseau, number 0 for Toronto. Passes it off to keeper, number 35, Rob Alley. Back to Scott. Throws it down the pitch. Doesn't quite get to anyone though. Cleveland's ball now. Dominic Tworowski with the ball, bringing it down for Cleveland. We are 8 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. Score is still 5-0. Tworowski passes it off to Freeman. Freeman runs it down, passes it to Rose Murnion, number 58. Murnion gets beat, but not before they pass it to Freeman. Over the hoops to Tworowski. Tworowski gets tackled by Rob. And Manny Machetsky gets that ball for Toronto, number 8. Stop to play here. Just waiting on see what the stoppage is here. Doesn't look like there was a call on that play. We are back in game. Score is still 50-0. Maddie Machetsky brings the ball down for Toronto. Nice and slow, getting everyone set up. Passes it off to keeper Rob Alley. Fake handoff to Scott Rousseau.
Pick play.
Number 7, Freeman is staying on Rob Alley. Passes it off to Scott Rousseau. Goes in for the goal, doesn't quite get it. But that is saved by, potentially saved by Sad Campbell. I don't believe that was a good goal there. Nope, that was not a good goal, so it's still 50-0. Tworowski bringing the ball down for Cleveland. Gets tackled by Scott Rousseau. Stoppage to play here. Just waiting confirmation to see if that was a good goal or not. Goal is good for Tworowski, bringing the score to 50-10 for Toronto. We are 10 minutes, 18 seconds into the game. That is number 17 for Cleveland. And we're back. Rob Alley bringing the ball down for Toronto. Passes it off to Callum Noble Gretzky. I believe that is a good goal for Callum. Number 13 on Toronto. Score is now 60-10 for Toronto. We are 10 minutes, 40 seconds into the third game of the day. Number 17, Tworowski brings the ball down for Cleveland. Passes it off to number 99, who passes it back to number 17. Twarowski tries to drive that ball in. But the goal gets blocked, and Toronto has possession once again. Ball gets passed down the field to Matty Machetsky. Drops the ball, so doesn't quite get that goal in. Number 17 bringing it down for Cleveland. Passes it off to number 7, Freeman. Passes it off to the keeper, Jack Mosley. Mosley gets beeping up before he passes the ball off. Doesn't quite get to Rose though. Rob Alley gets that ball once again, driving it through. Shoots, but just goes over the hoop. No goal for Toronto. Score is still 60-10. 12 minutes, 17 seconds into the game. Fiona Gaffney bringing the ball down for Cleveland. Number 23. Making a few fake passes here. Passes it down the field to Mosley. Passes it off to... Can't quite get that number. Gets beat out. And Wanless has the ball. Wanless gets the goal for Toronto. And we have a stoppage of play. Just want to confirm that I believe that is still a good goal. And we're just waiting on getting that quad ball back up. Yep, and we are back in play. Jack Mosley bringing the ball down. Mosley keeping the ball high. Tries to fake that shot. Gets blocked by Christos Caldas. Passes it up to Lachlan Craig, who scores for Toronto, bringing the score to 80-10 for Toronto. We're about 13 minutes, 50 seconds into the first period of the third game. Jack Mosley bringing the ball down once again for Cleveland. Jack Mosley bringing the ball down. Shoots. Doesn't quite score though. Gets blocked by Christos Caldas, who's driving the ball down. Loses the ball, but gets picked up by Lachlan Craig, who scores for Toronto, bringing the score to 90-10 for Toronto. And we're at... Passes it off to number 11, bringing up the ball. Passes it off to Fiona Gaffney. Fiona bringing down the ball. We are 5 minutes left in the period. Lombardi tries to shoot, gets blocked, gets the ball back, gets that score for Cleveland, 90-20. So we have a stoppage play here. We are 15 minutes, 26 seconds into the play. Just waiting to see what that call is while the refs deliberate. Sorry, no card on the play. However, we do have a player going back to hoops. I believe that is number 14. Oh, no. I believe Toronto beater. Brittany Taylor is being sent back to hoops. As is one of the Cleveland players, number 14. Lucky Craig getting tackled with that ball, but gets up, passes the ball off to 32, Christos Soldados, gets that goal. Stop to play here. Just gonna wait on confirmation to make sure that is a good goal. Looks like we've got a card on the play here. The goal is good. Looks like a beater is getting... Looks like it was an illegal kick, so a blue card, but the time was negated by the goal. Just waiting confirmation on that number of the player. 12 for Cleveland gets that card. Ray Barnes. Is just a blue card and the time is negated by the goal. Score still stands at 100-24 Toronto. 15 minutes and 52 seconds into the play. We are back on. Joseph Lombardi bringing the ball down. Toronto has BS. Joseph Lombardi trying to drive that ball back. Shoots. The goal is good. 100-30, still for Toronto, 16 minutes and 15 seconds into the game. Lachlan Craig bringing the ball down for Toronto. Passes the ball off to Reed, number 12, who drives that ball in. Passes it to Sarah Dykstra, who gets that goal. Bringing the score to 110-30. Joseph Lombardi bringing the ball down for Cleveland. with BS here. Joseph Lombardi being protected by a loaded beater. Passes it down the pitch to Rose Murnion. Gets beat out. And I believe that's Lauren Matheson for Raiders for Toronto. With that ball, passes it off to Brian Melchior, number 22. Toronto with BS. Brian passes it to Nate. Nate doesn't quite get that goal as he is tackled. Ball goes out of range. Ball goes off pitch. Transferring possession to Cleveland. Theo McGaffney walking that ball in. About 2 minutes left in the game. Score is still 110 to 30. Theo McGaffney still walking that ball down the pitch. Passes it across the hoops to Rose Murnion. Can't quite get that ball. Gets beat out along with Adam Thompson. And Toronto gets that ball back. Brian Melchior bringing that ball down for Toronto. We have a stop to play here. And we're back in the game after a quick stoppage here. Brian Melchior with the ball. And gets that ball through. Score is now 120 to 30 for Toronto. 1 minute left in the quadball period. Lombardi bringing that ball down. Nate Reed up high defending. Lombardi gets a pass. Nate Reed tries to go for that score. Doesn't quite get that through though. Score is still 120 to 30. 19 minutes, 20 seconds in the game. Brian Melchior bringing that ball down. 30 seconds left in the game. Passes it off to Lauren Matheson. Tries to get that ball in, but doesn't quite get it. It's picked up by Nate Reed, number 12. Pass it to Brian. Brian Melchior scores, number 22 for Toronto. 10 seconds left. Dominic Tworowski bringing the ball down for Cleveland. Passes it to number 7, who gets beat out. And that is the end of the quadball period. Score is 130 to 30 for Toronto. We'll be back in about a minute or so with the flag runner on pitch period. And we're back. Toronto with possession. Sarah Dykstra bringing it down. Pass it to Nate Reeve. Passes it back to Sarah Dykstra. Doesn't quite get it before getting beat out. And we're looking at the snitch right now. Both seekers got beat out. Sorry, the flag runner, my apologies. Looks like we have Christos Soldados for Toronto and Adam Thompson for Cleveland. Adam Thompson got beat out, so Christos has some time alone with the flag runner. We have stopped to play here. Looks like we're going to have an injury sub for the Toronto Seeker. Sam Campbell coming in, number 21. We're about to... We're about 45 seconds into the play here. And we are back. Sam Campbell having some time alone with the snitch. Sorry, with the flag runner. Adam Thompson coming back in. But gets beat out once again by Izzy Kirby. Both seekers are back in for the flag runner game. And I believe there was a score there. Nate Reed got a goal there. Bring the score to 140-30. Both seekers got sent back to the hoops by getting beat out. We got stoppage to play here. Looks like we're going to have another sub for Toronto. All right, players are just going to go back to bench while we get an injury sorted out. Score is currently 140-30 for Toronto. All right, players coming off the pitch. Just waiting on a few more things before we get back into the play here. All right, we're just getting players back to the hoops. The goal from Cleveland right there was in fact good. Score is 140 to 40 for Toronto. Set score is 190. There has been no catch yet. Scott Russo went in for Nathan Reed there on Toronto. Boston. Ball getting brought to Brian Melchior for Toronto. And game is restarted. Seekers are both vying for that flag. Number 757 getting beat out. Sam Campbell having some time alone with that seeker. Sorry, with the flag runner. And there's a good goal for Toronto there. That was Sarah Dykstra, number 24. Bringing the score to 150-40. We're about 2 minutes, 30 seconds into the period. Both seekers just got beat out there. And another goal for Toronto from Scott Russo, number 0. Score is now 160-40 for Toronto. And we have a potential catch here. This is a potential catch for Toronto from Saf Campbell, number 21. Waiting on confirmation to make sure it's good before we confirm anything. Catch is good. Score is 190 for Toronto, 40 for Cleveland. Sorry, 195. And Toronto wins the game. Toronto wins all 3 games for the series. And that concludes our series for Toronto and Cleveland in week 2. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching.